If I can be serious for a minute.
Tell me, oh yeah, you did not just say that.
Let's go crazy.
Oh, it's true. Oh, it's true. Oh, it's true. Oh, yes. Oh, it's true. Oh, it's true. Oh, it's true. Oh, yes.
Crazy, crazy, let's go crazy.
Rolling, wearing, jet flag, kid stealing, wheeling, dealing, son of a gun. Get ready. Woo! We are on tour, and we're doing it better than anybody else around.
Trying to make chicken salad out of chicken shit, and it was just awful.
I've turned chicken salad into chicken shit. I will continue to do so.
Making chicken salad out of chicken shit.
Make chicken salad out of chicken shit. People is as people does, that's all there is to it. Put a square peg in a round hole, just never seems to fit. And you
This is Bianca Belair.
Hey, this is Kevin Owens.
Hey, it's Seth freaking Rollins.
It is the man, Becky Lynch.
It's Rhea Ripley here, and you're listening to Wrestle Radio Australia.
Hello and welcome to Making Chicken Salad, the Wrestle Radio Australia show where we talk about everything going on around the world of wrestling. It is a triple threat tonight. My name is Lachlan Albert and I am here with the man behind Wrestle Radio Australia, one Todd Eastman. Todd, always good to see you, mate.
It's good to see you too, mate. So, how was your week?
Yeah, pretty good. We'll touch on that in just a second because we'll also introduce the man who is never not streaming, Mr. Jamie Apps. Jamie, how you doing, brother?
I'm well. I didn't stream today.
Yeah, I mean, you have now.
I have now.
Yeah, you are now.
I didn't earlier.
You're currently streaming.
Right. That's right. No,
Why did you stream today?
Peggy was away today. I'm not the biggest fan of solo watch-alongs. They're hard. So I was like, I'm just going to take a week off.
Yeah, you end up just yelling about stuff for the sake of yelling. Like, that's
or just sitting there in silence, and it's like, well, this isn't entertaining at all.
You should just overreact to everything, and then you can make little clips about it, and you become huge. Because apparently that's the
right.
thing.
Just you screaming at a TV screen. It's great. Goes viral. It's well done. No, I had an awesome week. It was actually Tuesday night. I went and saw Poppy in concert. It's cool hearing an NXT theme live. That was awesome. And then
nothing else major happened. No,
nothing else.
Was it like 11 hours after that I interviewed MJF? So that was cool. It
was cute.
It was good. It was pretty good, pretty fun. It's I'm still riding high on that, so we're going to be making the most of that here tonight. If you're with us, you will get the first look at our interview with MJF that we conducted in anticipation of AEW coming to Australia for 2 shows, for Grand Slam and for House Rules. So that was super cool to get offered that interview and be able to talk to him for a few minutes, and was only lightly bullied. That's, I think, huge. I was shocked at just how little he insulted me.
Yeah, he was relatively kind to you. Some of the others that I've seen, not so much.
Yeah, hey, got to play a babyface sometimes.
Yeah, about House Rules and a Grand Slam, I did get an email from their promotions team after we did our interview saying that there'll be more informational matches announced like this coming week. So keep your eyes out for that.
Yeah, that'll have to be on people's minds then, because it's under a month away at this point, so it is getting close. I mean, obviously AEW are constantly doing big stuff, so it's never a matter of like it's the next thing because there's 3 big weeks of TV or whatever. But yeah, exciting times to be an Aussie wrestling fan, and not just from AEW coming down, but also because we've got great shows every week, it seems. We just got to watch a great show that was live on YouTube this past weekend in the form of PWA Black Label's Hottest 100 party in anticipation of the Hottest 100 coming up this weekend. So before we move on, Jamie, any big votes for the Hottest 100 this year? What's your call? What's number 1?
I don't listen to any music from the last 15 years.
Number 1 predictions. Let's go.
You bro.
Okay.
Look, for the
last 40 years.
No. For the last 5 years, the whole Spotify Wrapped has always been like Blink-182 is my number 1 band. It's always just for the last 5 years. I think this year got who was it? Connor Price was my number 1. He's a rap guy from. It's really good. Anyway,
cool.
So that's the only different ones I've had. But everyone
Blink is goated. Says Fyrax. Absolutely right.
That was the soundtrack of my youth. Was Blink.
Yeah. All right. I'll be the youth on the show then and say I think Play Lunch is going to number 1. Bloody DJ says any Lime Cordial song will do it for me. But I think rather than just talking about the Hottest 100 for songs, we need to talk about the Hottest 100 party for PWA. As I said, it's free on YouTube. You go over to YouTube, you search for PWA or Pro Wrestling Australia. You'll be able to find it there. You can find the link in the description of this recorded podcast to watch their live stream from that show for free. And it was a bit of a cracking show with some big things on it, including a massive main event that we'll get to at the end. But to kick it off, a big name making his official singles debut, someone who's been in PWA Rumbles before, but never in a one-on-one match. And this is Lockie McIntyre, the internet personality who's been feuding with Scott Green as of late.
That did not help.
No, not at all. Nice try, though. Way to hide it.
It was worth a shot. A dumpster match between Lockie McIntyre and Scott Green. Jamie, what did you think of this one?
But before you do that, mate, we should answer, because the glaring thing that happened was the show opened out and there was no bottom
after
rope.
A delay.
Yeah. Well, obviously there was a delay because the bottom rope apparently exploded, from what I was told. So, Macho Man Eddie Savage asked, I've been desperate to ask this all week, would it be standard practice to not have a spin? No, they don't. And it's lucky that they have 2 rings. A lot of places don't have 2 rings.
Yeah, a lot of places don't even have a spare one.
No.
I've never seen a spare one.
They wouldn't have a spare ring, a spare rope. It would be trying to repair the rope that had just exploded. And we've been in those situations where something's happened where not so much the rope has exploded, but the hook and the coupling to go into the turnbuckle, that has stripped off or been stuff like that, and we're madly dashing to Bunnings to see if we could find something that we could at least use as a workaround.
Well, that's it. That's what happened to PWA in the last time the last Rumble, I think it was. It was either the Rumble last year or the year before, when the rope broke. But it wasn't the actual rope that broke or even the buckle. It was the little piece that's welded onto the post that the hook goes into. That snapped completely off the post.
Yeah,
So
well,
it
you've
was
got
like-
to think how much pressure those things have on them before, like, workers even hit them. And I know it's the bottom rope, so technically we don't really hit that rope very often. But it all gets moved when the ring moves. So,
And when
yeah,
it
a
broke
lot of-
for PWA, it broke because, like, I think somebody was standing on the bottom rope in one corner, and then there was, like, a cannonball into one of the other corners. And it was just
that's right,
obviously
yeah.
way too much for the corner, but just went thunk.
Yeah.
So it surprised me that
and
it broke again. I was like, I thought they would have really buttoned that down and really hard and fixed it.
Well, remember I sent you that screenshot this week of, it was like the news story for Big Fudge about him going for the title and all that. And they had him doing some stuff in the ring. That ring didn't have a bottom rope on it.
Yeah. Strange.
So I'm wondering if they were trying to fix that damn thing all week. And they've gone, yeah, no, we think we've got it. Tighten it up. Boom! No, we don't have it. We don't have it. Oh, shit. But they were lucky it was like the actual rope and not one of those, like thing, like Jamie said.
Yeah,
one
if
of
it
those
was
eye
the
things.
bracket that
yeah.
was welded on and busted off, they wouldn't have been able to fix it at all.
No, it would have been like hockey straps, like strapping, trying to wrap around the ring to try and put the rope up. Because I've seen that happen before on some shows.
I do also wonder with the structure of the show, because it was 4 matches before the intermission and 3 matches after. I wonder whether it was originally 3 and then 4, and they moved a match down in order to get that
time. Because their training facility is not 5 minutes from the factory theater.
I mean, you've been on enough shows to know, Locke, that usually if it's a 7-match show, it's 4 and 3.
Yeah.
So maybe it was just 4 and 3, but they've gone, look, if we don't get this rope in time, we'll just throw that other match in.
Yeah.
So
I also think that the match going into intermission, and we'll talk about it because I thought it was a very good match, but I also thought it felt a little long, and I wonder if they were going a couple of extra minutes.
Stretch.
Well, I would. we'll talk about it going in because I would actually wonder that if a match didn't end a little soon, and then they've had to make that time up.
Yeah, very possible, because remembering that when they're doing a live stream, it's really difficult to just not have action going, right? Like, if they're repairing a rope, that's got to be during intermission, and it's got to be done before they get back from intermission for that live broadcast. So, like, it live broadcast makes stuff really tight, and I think that's why they, had to start the show without a bottom rope, because it's a live stream. They got to get onto it.
But then, to be honest, like because I didn't actually get the start of the show. I sort of like tuned in probably about 2 or 3 minutes into their match. So I was just like, well, maybe they've removed the bottom rope as part of the gimmick.
I had the same thing happen to me, but I went back and rewatched the whole show. And it's just not there.
No, well, see, I had spies at the show, so I just messaged them and go, what's going on with this bottom rope? It was like, exploded. Oh, shit.
Yeah, I was on there right on 8 o'clock waiting for it to start, and there was just a comment in the comment section from PWA like, we're slightly delayed, there's been a technical issue. And I was like, I wonder what this is. And then the show came on, I was like, I don't see what the issue is. And then it zoomed out and showed the ring. I was like, there's your issue.
There's your issue.
that's not right.
Yeah, so let's crack in with this first match. Lockie McIntyre, internet personality, taking on Scott Green in a dumpster match. Jamie, what did you think of this one?
I enjoyed this. Lockie McIntyre blew me out of the water in what I expected from him. He has got in incredible shape for this match, obviously. But then his just connection with the crowd and being someone that you want to see get their head punched in, perfect. So good at that.
Yeah, and like typically when you're an outsider coming in, it's much easier to play face, right? Like, for a bunch of reasons. It's mostly you selling, you don't have to be able to control the pace of the match that you might have to do as a heel. And Lockie just fell into this, and if you tuned in late, you would have thought he was another wrestler.
Well, it doesn't hurt that Scott Green is over as hell either. But
Does not hurt at all.
I was telling you guys off air that the rest of the PWA the locker room have to be a little bit worried because this guy's got a big chance getting signed before a lot of them. Just because he has that thing that you can't teach.
Yep.
He's got the thing you
He's
can't
got the
teach.
X factor.
He's already got a following, a social media following.
A pretty big following, yeah.
Yeah, that talk his way. He could talk like with a mouthful of marbles underwater. Like the guy can run his mouth perfectly. Yeah, and sold well and worked well. Like for someone who hasn't had really, I think that this was his debut match. He's only, like you said, worked Rumbles and that. Like, not friggin' bad. I would not have known.
No, not bad at all. Obviously, Scott Green is a great worker, and that's part of it, right? When you've got a great dance partner, it makes it a lot easier. And it being a dumpster match means that they could get away with a little more nonsense as well, right? I think not having that bottom rope might have, for a lot of people doing their first singles match, been very worrying. It didn't seem to throw Lockie off that much, which is a huge credit to him. That he,
it's lucky that it was
we can work with that.
Lucky that it was a plunder match, really.
Yes.
So you've got all the smoke and mirrors that you can hide behind. You don't really have to do full on technical stuff. You don't have to really do a lot of. So I'm just going to grab a trash can and I'll hit you with that.
Yeah,
I sort of wondered whether maybe this match was moved on the card because of the rope thing as well, because it didn't really require the ring as much. And if anything, I think having no bottom rope helped because they were able to slide in and out of the ring with a lot more ease. They didn't kind of have to slide under the rope.
Yeah.
There was a moment in this match where Lockie faked a knee injury just coming off just a go over. And he did a really good job of selling that to the extent that the crowd were, I think, fully bought in on it. I do think it's funny when there is what appears to be a serious injury and the person who comes out to check it out is Jax Jordan. That gives me a bit of a laugh because you go, yep, good medical help coming out. But, I think that playing with that as well as using Carter Deems aligning himself with Lockie at the end here to help get the win, I think was really well done. A couple of little criticisms. There were times where both guys had the other guy in the dumpster and then really dragged out closing the dumpster. Win the match. Right?
Yeah.
I know that there's a reason.
It's the same as like ladder matches where people take 8 years to climb the ladder.
Yeah.
But it's like, I know. And at least Lockie got through it by showboating to the crowd. Whereas with Scotty, it was really like I'm going to close it. I'm going to close it. Macho Man Andy Savage saying, I don't know about the Carter Deems heel turn. He's only just back after an injury, quote unquote retirement. I wanted to get behind him. He's been doing heel stuff more or less everywhere though, right?
Yeah.
In Newey, he's kind of in between.
Tweener.
It's just that he's against Brack, so he's always got to be the heel there. But he put out a promo this afternoon that sold why he's a heel in this situation of PWA would never get behind me because I wouldn't represent PWA. I was a Newey Pro guy all the time. I trained Shea Cassidy. I created the dropouts. You took all of the momentum that I built and then gave it to Grayson, and then he left you, and he sold being a heel. And I was like, raises some pretty good points there.
Yeah. See, I like that, and I haven't seen that yet. So going into this, I was just like, going into this review, I'm just like, I kind of hate this for him because he's literally just trying to get out of the shadow of Grayson Waller, and you're going into a shadow of Lockie. Even though Lockie's not a worker, he's got a huge personality.
Yeah. But Carter can do that. That's the other thing, right? Is that we saw, like, in, what was it? It was like a 4-way match last show, how much Carter can not only do the work in the ring, but get that character over. I'm not surprised to see him as a heel, but...
Yeah, for a debut match, though, Lockie McIntyre, really, really good. Really good.
Yeah, absolutely.
And like I said, like, if he sticks to it, if he really wants to make this a career for him, I think he's got a really good chance of going a lot further than a lot of other people quicker because of the tools that he already has.
Yeah, but interesting to see how they follow up now with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be a big question. But moving on, what they followed up this match with was a Soul of PWA title 4-way match. This had the Tuckman defending the title against Hari Singh, Paris De Silva, and Shay Cassidy. Again, an interesting collection of people here, considering you got Tucky as a massive babyface champion. You've got Shay Cassidy as a babyface up-and-comer. You've got Paris De Silva, who's looking more heel, but with a crowd that still loves him. And also Hari Singh is there. So who will be taking the pin in this match? It could be anybody. But this one was, for the quality of match, really quick. This went under 3 minutes. Everyone showed off what they could do, but there could have been so much more here. What do you think, Todd?
Yeah, no, I agree completely about that. I was talking with Jamie during this match, and I was like, I sort of made the observation that like Paris, when he's with Jude, they're the velocities and they're something and they're great, and you're like, oh, it's the velocities. Like Jude on his own and Paris on their own, they just kind of seem like guys. Like good workers, great workers, but just guys. Like I don't know who they are.
Does there need to be Does there need to be something that they do so that they're not one half of the velocities when they're wrestling solo?
I almost think it's like a personality thing. Like I need to see.
They need promo time.
Yeah.
Like they just get put in matches as singles guys, and there's no explanation for why the other one isn't there, why they're pursuing this. Like they had those big Coliseum matches with Zack Sabre Jr. and they'd never really built off that. They could have came back and just cut some promos of like, we just hung with one of the best in the world and he just scraped over us. We're going to try and see what we can do as singles, but we're obviously always going to have each other's back if needed.
Yeah. And like, I know that all of us were absolutely hating on the fact that the bear was around for longer than what we thought, but at least there was a payoff to it.
Yeah.
Like the bear got used and then got discarded. Love that. Thank God for
I
that.
am fully certain at this point, if the bear's around her waist when the bell rings, the bear's doing something. And so.
Yeah, hopefully. But no, it was one of those matches where I was just like, oh shit, this is already done. And I didn't really realize it until we put the actual like results in the rundown that it was as quick as what it was. Like 2 minutes 45, it probably would have taken them longer to get to the ring.
Yeah, that was one of my notes. The entrances, I think, were longer than the actual match. Just Shay Cassidy's entrance was probably longer than the entire match.
Yeah, and another thing like that too, I think I messaged you about that too. Like, Shay's got a song. She's got a personalised song. I don't know why they used another song for her to come out.
I fully know why they did. This shows the Hottest 100 party, so they're doing the like, oh, everyone gets to have a different song, and they did it twice, right? Yeah. So if
that was
they
my
had
counterpoint
done it,
to Todd's argument on Friday.
Yeah, if they had done it more, it would have been a really exciting gimmick for the show, and we saw it. Like we'll talk about it with MK Plus Ultra soon. The way they did it was bloody awesome, and it felt great. And if they had done it even just 2 more times over the course of the show, it would have been a super cool theme to the show. But instead, it just felt like 2 people had 2 entrances were weird.
Can I ask a question, though? Because I don't remember. Did those backup dancers actually do anything? Or did they just stand in the ring with white shirts and black pants?
They did a bit of a wave left and right.
Ah, okay. That's cool.
Yeah. But
they
like
did the Todd dance.
Hey,
I think
dance. Thank you.
Like Shay just needs to have backup because she's Shay, right? Like there's the cult of personality thing going on there, where she shows how great she is by having people backup dance for her. Like whether they do much or not.
Actual dancers, not dudes
she
that
did
look
last.
like they pulled from the bar. Yeah, the
previous show she did.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like she's had that before. I'm not saying that every time she's doing it, she's pulling like Norm from backstage, going, "Here, put on this shirt and come out with me." But it just looked like that night it was like, Green Dingo, Green Dingo, Green Dingo, come here, We're doing this.
But it's definitely like the fact that we're talking this much about the entrances says
Well, we
what
have
the
to
match
because there was no
right?
match.
Yeah, the match felt like a kind of a nothing burger. It was just like,
And
oh, okay, that happened.
everything they did was just on point. So there's not a lot to say because we know that all these guys are good and they showed that they're good. But then they got, 45 seconds each on average.
Yeah, they all got to hit your big thing and then get out. We're done. On the entrances too, the production on Shay's entrance, what was he doing there? Like,
Surely
there's a
he
big
could see that.
spotlight.
Surely
There's
he
a big
could see
spotlight
that you-
shining from behind her. Don't shoot the camera directly up into that because we couldn't see anything. And I was
Yeah.
like, that's very unusual for PWA to make those sort of errors.
Yeah, surely he could see that in the camera, in the lens too.
Yeah.
He could say, hang on, I'm just getting
can't see
glare
anything."
here. I should maybe move a little bit.
Or just flip it to a different camera. Like, they've got multiple cameras there.
Yeah, also going into this match, it shows too how popular Shay has become, where there was an actual divide of that crowd between Tuckman and Shay in certain places. It wasn't just all Tucky, which is what it's been with most of his opponents over the journey. It was a genuine we really like her though.
Yeah.
So
in saying that, Tucky isn't holding this as a mid-card belt. He's holding it as one of the genuine top guys in the company. Like, you listen to the reactions that are there. I think that before too long, he needs to not be holding that belt because he needs to be in the heavyweight title conversation. Like, I don't think there's a way around that with the responses that he's getting.
I think the issue you have now, though, is who has that belt.
Yeah.
I think that's changing before long, so we'll talk about that soon. Moving on from this match, which again, everyone in it performed really well. I want to say that again. It's just that I would have really liked to have seen a lot more of it because there was not much. After this was a tag match between the Brotherhood of RANGA, that's EC Brownie and Jack J. Bonza, taking on the Black Label debuting Mana and Minush, El Phoenician and Marley Paletti, who came in with, again, a really cool entrance. This one not quite hitting that Hottest 100 theme, but getting a special entrance, so that muddied the waters even a little more. But the energy that they had was really infectious. They're really fun. The crowd's really behind them. And getting a win over the Brotherhood, I think, is a great way to put them on the map. Todd, what did you think of this tag match between Mana and Minush and the Brotherhood?
I think Rosie's getting very comfortable dropping the R word.
He's allowed to.
He's
Just
See,
like
with
Lachlan,
me,
you're
there's at
allowed
least
to
a
say it.
question.
Yeah, true.
Rosie's a redhead. He's no Soul Rose.
We know that. But it was just like, he was very hesitant to start with. But
That's
now
true.
he's throwing it out there like it's an adjective.
That's, very true.
I really like it. These two guys, I was shocked, I'll be honest with you, because I thought that the Brownie and Bonzo were probably going to go over. But looking at the scheme of things, when you've got North Shore Wrestling holding those tag titles, you need to build some young babyface tag teams for them to work. And these two, it's a great way for them to learn, because they are still very, very young in their careers. Yeah. A great way to learn is in a tag team. And I think when you're going in there with someone like Bonza, you're only going to learn. So I thought this was really good. I thought the team, those teams, really good. I still hate the name El Phoenician. I don't get it. But I like the team.
Jamie, what did you think of Mana and Minush versus the Brotherhood?
I really enjoyed this one. I think they made the Lachlan's look very big and like monsters. But they also made Mana and Minush look like massive baby faces. Like, the crowd was fully behind them. They were loving everything that they were doing, because I think even though they are so young in their career, we can already see how much each of them have grown into their roles in the team. So you see sort of El Phoenician goes in there, takes a bit of a beating early on, and sells the hell out of those beatings when he's getting them. And then Marley comes in on the hot tag, and he is a ball of fire when he comes in there. He gets the crowd going so much.
I kind of wish he wouldn't wear like a Roman Reigns starter kit.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, like
aside from
find
that,
something that's unique to him.
Yeah.
And then my other note was I really want PWA to sort out these lucha rules things. Because this isn't the first time where there's been some weirdness in the ending where it's like, oh, that guy wasn't the legal person because they made a lucha tag, but then that person ends up getting pinned anyway. I'm like, this is the second or third time where I've been watching a tag match and that's come into play where I'm like, wait, they went out of the ring, so they're essentially tagged, but never, it wasn't acknowledged as a tag. And it's like,
I think
either
doesn't it depend,
do
though?
traditional
Like,
rules or do lucha.
If they go out of the ring, but then come back in the ring before the other person gets in the ring, then they're legal again. It's not like they go out of the ring and the other guy has to get into the ring.
I could
you're
not
out of the
tell
ring.
you PWA's exact rules, right? Like that's
No, but
that's
I
the
think
thing
that
about
is I think that is the lucha rules. Like if the other guy doesn't enter the ring, he is not the legal man until he enters the ring.
That's exactly it, right? Like he was quote unquote tagged in, but then after being tagged, didn't enter the ring.
He was never no. You're only tagged in if you get in those ropes.
Yeah, you've got to get in to the ring.
So
you've
if you
got to
can
actually
go,
make
like,
that swap.
So like if you and I were wrestling, right, and Jamie was my tag team partner, and you threw me to the outside, you could come out and attack me and then throw me back in. If he hasn't entered that ring, I'm still legal.
Yes.
It's only if he breaks the plane of the ropes, he is technically tagged.
So the issue that we had was that Paletti got knocked off the apron during this match. And then El Phoenician, there was a cover made, and Ref Rage did not count, saying that the tag was made, even though Paletti hadn't entered the ring and also went to the outside and his feet hit the floor, which, because of lucha rules, should then tag Phoenician in. So it's like
I'm trying to remember. They actually tagged.
They made a physical tag. Paletti did not get into the ring.
Yeah,
got
he got
knocked
punched,
off the
fell
apron,
down.
and his feet hit the floor. So it's like
maybe that if we're going by the strict interpretation of the rules, if he doesn't enter the ring, that tag is not official.
But apparently it was official because then El Phoenician wasn't the legal man.
Yes, they wouldn't count the tag. They wouldn't count the pin because he was on the floor.
Yeah, no, then I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, because a similar thing happened at the last Rumble I went to with the Velocities, where one of them slid out and the other one jumped in, but then they wouldn't give the pin to that person. I'm like, but lucha rules. And I even brought it up to Hannah at the show afterwards. Like, so what's the deal? Like, did we just forget? Did we forget the lucha rules? And she's like, she was like, yeah, we're just sometimes it doesn't.
In her head, she would have just been like, "Fucking Mark, shut up,
nerd."
Yeah, but yeah, it's just annoying when you watch it and go, but we're doing lucha rules or we're not doing lucha rules. Let's define them a bit more.
Andy Savage says, and I think this is the interpretation, he has to enter the ring before he can leave the ring. He wasn't yet eligible to tag out. The same as you can't tag your partner in from the apron. So he was tagged, which made him the legal man. And then because he never entered the ring, he was never in a position to legally tag out. I guess. Right?
I'm just wondering how many fucking podcasts around the world are talking about the illegalities of fucking lucha tags.
Lucha rules.
And we've just spent the last fucking 10 minutes talking about this.
All right,
and
so
then we go and watch like AAA or CMLL and go, yeah, that makes sense.
I'll put it elsewhere then. My highlight of this match, and I was not expecting it at all, was EC Brownie. Because I've always thought that EC Brownie was good. I've enjoyed his work. Here, he just seemed to be in exactly the right spot at every moment, pulling off stuff that's catching dives and hitting huge spears that go under. Andy Savage, after his comment explaining the tag there, says, I don't feel good about knowing that, by the way. Well, I'll also bring up Macho Man Andy Savage other comment saying Jack Bonza sitting on Channel 7's The Chase today as a game show contestant. He's a great wrestler. Yeah, congratulations for $6K in the cash build around and then not making it past The Chaser there, Bonza. Unfortunate.
That's a repeat, though, isn't it? He's been on there before.
That is a repeat one.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's been
Yeah, it's,
3 PWA people on that show.
yeah.
And
Well,
Damian
that was
Slater
like-
as well.
It was like, this isn't wrestling related, but we were watching Deal or No Deal the other night, and one of the Big Brother contestants was on it. Before Big Brother.
Oh,
I'm just like,
there you go.
yeah. My wife's like, that's someone from Big Brother. I said, well, how do you think they found him for Big Brother?
Yeah. So,
Yeah,
quick
the
question.
Chasers had Bonza, Cherry Stevens, and Shay Cassidy.
Oh, okay.
It's a
I
good
didn't know the
lineup.
Shay one. I knew Cherry, but not the Shay.
Yeah. Shay was on there. None of them won.
Do you think that the people who have tuned in tonight for MJF are excited about the Deal or No Deal and Lucha Tag Rules discussions?
They fucking should. They should have known what they were getting into.
That's right. Moving
12
on.
years, mate. We've been here 12 years. Not much has changed.
North Shore Wrestling, Jack Osborne, Sam Osborne, and Will Ketis versus MK Plus Ultra, Cosmo Cooper, Kai Drake, and Michael Spencer was an awesome 3-on-3 match. I loved MK Plus Ultra's In the Summertime by Thirsty Merc entrance dressed as lifeguards. Great fun. You know, like getting the Hottest 100 theme while also getting in the cosplay thing and getting the crowd involved. Great fun. North Shore Wrestling, a brilliant heel group. These two teams kicked the absolute tar out of each other. It went 13 and a half minutes, and I don't know that it needed to because it was such high intensity, right? When you've got a match that is just non-stop and you don't get a chance to breathe, 13 and a half minutes is a long time. And these guys were going at it. It shows just how good they all are, that they're able to do that. But I think I might have enjoyed it more if there was slightly less because of how crazy these guys go. Andy Savage in the chat saying Jack Osborne's a fucking star, man. He could be anything in wrestling if he's serious about it. Like, he delivered. Cosmo Cooper absolutely delivering. You know, again, we talked about this recently. He's a guy where 6 months ago, we would have gone, yeah, I like Cosmo Cooper a lot. And now he's getting in there and just going above and beyond, looking like $1 million. And that's, you know, the other guys, the guys that we haven't mentioned, are Kai Drake, Michael Spencer, Sam Osborne, and Will Ketis. You know what I mean? Like, the quality here was immense, I think. Jamie, what did you think?
This was my favorite match of the evening. I think, like, Jack Osborne is incredible. They continue to make him look like an absolute beast, and like the spear that he hits, I do not ever want to be anywhere near that thing. That looks horrible. And then like Sam, there was a nice touch by Sam too, where there was a couple of like positive North Shore Wrestling signs in the crowd, and just in total full heel mode, he walked up and just ripped them up, and I was like, I love that he played it off as he was going to like celebrate them, like, yeah, thanks for cheering for us, and then just went, nope.
But he got the best of both worlds out of it, right? The people who hate North Shore Wrestling got to see him brag with a sign about how good North Shore Wrestling is. And the people who are showing up going, we like you, it's like, no, I'm tearing your sign. Like,
I don't like
double
you.
dip.
Yeah, it was awesome. And like you said, that entrance for MK Plus, perfect.
Yeah. Todd, what did you think of this one?
Yeah, it's one thing I never would have thought of them as doing is dressing up as lifeguards.
Yeah.
Like, it just seems very much out of their thing, but it worked perfectly. It was so very good. Especially with what what has happened just recently down in Bondi. I really automatically had the fans behind them. Wouldn't have mattered who came out, I don't think. But yeah, really, really good. MK Plus Ultra just seem to, like, anyone that they are up against, they seem to just gel with. Yeah. You know how, like, a lot of times, like, I'll say, there are people you look at and you go, this match is going to be great, and then they get in the ring and it's like, oh, that just didn't work. Like, MK Plus Ultra find a way to make it work with everybody. I mean, their matches with the Velocities, who are, let's face it, like, stylistically and size-wise, completely mirror images to what, or opposite images to what, like, MK Plus North Shore Wrestling are.
North Shore Wrestling.
They made it work, and they make it good. And just like we talked about last time, how far they've been bringing Cosmo Cooper along as well. And you mentioned it earlier, Lachlan. And you're 100% right. Like, it's so good to see when you see it click in a wrestler. Like we've seen it this year with Shay.
Yeah.
Where it just clicked. And she's like, oh, I know how to do this. It seems like Cosmo's got that now.
Yeah.
Whereas just like he's going, oh, no, I know how to do this. I can hold my own with someone like Michael Spencer, who, let's face it, is a fucking freak.
Oh, yeah.
Insane.
And I mean that in the nicest possible way.
Maybe the most underrated wrestler in Australia.
Yeah, and we don't talk about how much he has helped, like Kai Drake and now Cosmo Cooper. Like, the dude is doing some awesome, like, undercover, like, mentoring work, and we're not even recognizing it because just of how good he is on his own. So, yeah, I love this match. North Shore Wrestling, a lot of the times we say, sometimes it's a bit much. They're a bit much on the shows. But when they
weren't too bad this show.
No, they weren't. But when they're doing their thing in their actual matches, they are fucking good.
Yeah. This was pretty much perfect. Like I said, it was such high energy that I didn't need this much of it to absolutely love it, right? So maybe you could have put that time in a Soul of PWA 4-way match and still had this be a match that I absolutely adored, is, I guess, more the criticism of the time than anything else. It's almost free if you are booking a PWA show. You go, MK Plus Ultra versus someone, that'll be a great match. And you don't have to think about it. Like, and North Shore Wrestling are going to get that heat. I thought this was absolutely stellar. And the fact that after this, they were able to come back from the break and have 3 ropes on the ring for the rest of the show was really important to have Ben Braxton come out for the next match, accompanied by Rita Stone to take on Mick Moretti. Shockingly, I think, losing to Moretti in the build-up to Braxton's Coliseum run. Mick Moretti then offering to help Braxton and make him ready to win Coliseum. After a couple of insults towards Rita Stone, Brax sticking with Rita and leaving. I have to imagine that Moretti enters the Coliseum for a second time, and this is our Coliseum final. Like that
makes a lot of sense.
That's the way I see this going. And when are you ever mad to see Mick Moretti wrestle? Because this slapped. Right? Braxton's a rising star. Moretti's an absolute pro. I think this was really, really well done. And it put Moretti in the position of knowing that Braxton is good and just being a step ahead. And making that the reason that Brax is not quite ready is that people are going to be a step ahead. And that's what Moretti brought. I thought that storytelling-wise, I thought that was brilliant. Todd, what did you think of Moretti and Brax?
Yeah, well, it's Moretti, so it's great. But I remember when we watched it live, messaging Jamie, because Jamie was just like, oh, I can't believe that Braxton lost that. And I was like, well, he has to have some sort of a hill to climb. He can't just go in there on a full head of steam, demolishing people left, right, and center, because he's not Jack Osborne. Like, that is a heel sort of thing to do, to go in there being the insurmountable favourite, blah, blah, blah. You got to have something where, like, well, he lost to Moretti, he could lose again at any time during this tournament. Even though he looks the way he looks, he works the way he works. An
all-conquering babyface. An all-conquering babyface is a thing we complain about a lot.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I did not like the way Moretti just, like, tore into Rita without Rita getting any, like, back at all. Like, I'm hoping that happens down the road. I'm hoping that something happens that Rita gets to stand up for herself, because it did feel very like, and even like Brax not even stepping in and going, hey, fucking shut up. I'm just like, about that. Match was great. Wasn't a massive fan of the creative, if that makes sense.
Jamie, what did you think of this one?
I had one note. As expected, in-ring was good. No shock there. But yeah, that post-match did absolutely no favours for Rita. It just buried the hell out of her and made her look so insignificant in PWA that I was like, how does she recover from that? Like, she needs...
They've been doing a great job with it too, beforehand.
Yeah. Like, they built her up, and then this just ruined all of that work, and it was like, yeah, she kind of needs to fight Mick at the next show, but the next show is Coliseum, and if Mick's in that, well, I assume Rita's not going to be in that.
Like 5? There's a bunch
fair few.
left,
They've
right?
only announced 3.
Okay.
We've only got Ketis, Hayter, and Brax so far. Which was also weird that we didn't get like an announcement during this show of like...
During the show.
You've been noticed.
And
yeah,
if
well,
it was...
I guess because the last one, the latest one that's been noticed was Hayter, and he wasn't on the show.
Yeah, but they could have announced
I still think you can
someone
play
else.
that video.
True.
Right? So either way, part of it for me is that I can't imagine Mick Moretti isn't here specifically to be giving to younger talent at this point, right? I can't imagine that Mick is here to take heat from the likes of Ben Braxton and Rita Stone for himself. Like, you put Mick Moretti on a show because he's going to prop up the rest of your talent, and if he doesn't feel that he needs to be there, he just won't. So surely this is going somewhere where they get that heat back. So I agree with you that this was damning for Rita, especially at this show. And I think it's going to serve as a really great foundation for when Coastborn Killers get their shot back at Moretti.
Yeah, I think it worked well for Brax. Like, it obviously will lead into something more for him. I would love to see Braxton versus Hayter as like the opening round of Coliseum. I think that would be perfect for him because you know they're going to have probably one of the matches of the tournament.
Yep.
And then if he wins it, that's a big win for him. And then, like you said, if Moretti is in it and then that ends up being the final, he's overcome some pretty big hurdles to get there and get that win.
Yeah. Moving on to another personal favorite on this podcast is Aaron Jake, the Street King, who is looking $1 million. And once again, we've got a PWA singles match against PPK. I think everyone involved is better than this story. You know, I like that PPK are explicitly acting as heels here, right? Using a weapon, distracting the referee with bullshit calls and using a weapon. Like that's just heel, which is strange to me because Aaron Jake has like always been presented as a heel as far as I can remember.
They're positioned as baby faces. It is like
they get cheered when they come out.
Yeah. It's like one of the, and I don't mean this like as like to them, okay? But it is one of the worst like babyface gimmicks I think I have ever seen. Because you've got two wrestlers going in there that could stand their own against anyone, but they are working together as a team. So they already have a technical 2-on-1 advantage, even though they're thought of as one person. And not only that, then they have to cheat to still win.
Yep.
Like what are we doing here? I don't get it. It just, and like it didn't hurt. Like they did well with like Xander. The whole thing with Xander. They did well with Aaron Jake. I think Aaron Jake deserves a lot more than what he's getting at the moment, if we're being honest. And I'm hoping, and I know this won't end with him going over, but he might get a little bit of a title like chase, being who's the new champion now. I'm hoping, because I think the guy has got like oodles of potential.
Oh yeah.
And he's just I don't like seeing him in these positions. Same as like Xander. I don't like seeing Xander in those sort of positions as well, where they're like it's okay to lose when you're losing 2-on-1, and the person is cheating. It's just real hard for them to get any sort of traction, if that makes sense.
But then it's like we talked about the internal logic of this, and it still doesn't hold up, and it's getting even worse because in this we saw Aaron Jake make a cover by putting, I think it was he was originally covering Nikki, and then he put Frankie on top, but Frankie's shoulders weren't down. So you just have to be covering both at once, and two shoulders need to be can one of each have their shoulders down?
Rules.
Is that...
Let's not lucha rules this, please.
That was my note. This whole gimmick is just so convoluted and awkward, and
especially
it's
since, like,
not helping anyone.
No, and that stick now is part of their gimmick because they've named it.
Yep.
So that's part of their gimmick. So you're 2-on-1 with a weapon, cheating, and you're being positioned as a babyface on the show. There's no, like, you're not covert heels here. You're being positioned as a babyface because everyone you work are heels.
Yeah, it's just like, are they trying to flip some of these heels because they know they can talk into faces? But it's like, Aaron is such a natural heel where he can
but you
talk.
wouldn't be doing that on every show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like, Aaron can talk you into the building just to see him get his head punched in. And that's what you want. And it's just like, I couldn't hate this whole gimmick any more than I do. And every time it's announced, I'm like, and then when it's someone like Aaron or Xander on the other side of it, I'm like, oh man, like.
Yeah. And I want to make it clear too, this isn't about the wrestlers in the gimmick.
Not at all.
I enjoy everyone that's in this match. It's just this whole...
And part of the problem is it feels
person.
damaging to them because Frankie B can believably win a match and Nikki Van Blair can believably win a match. And yet we're putting them in situations where the two of them together can't take down one person without cheating.
Yeah.
And
I think
want to jump on
of the problem.
Macho Man Andy Savage saying, I'm falling in love with this PPK gimmick. Lachlan is right. They are absolutely heels. The crowd just hasn't noticed yet. Okay, if the crowd hasn't noticed that they're heels,
you're not doing a good
then
job.
It's not, what's it doing? It's not telling the story.
Terrible job of it. No.
Right? Because if the crowd aren't booing the heels, then in what way are they heels? Right?
No.
As much as
if you're doing it, like, if you want them to be heels, you put him in the ring with friggin' like Cosmo Cooper. You put him in the ring with, you know what I mean? Like Paris and like Scotty Green. You put him in the ring with those guys, where it's an obvious, like, okay,
Rita
that's
Stone.
the baby face. Yeah.
Yeah, put Rita in there. Give her something.
Yeah, like it. And it's frustrating again because I like everyone involved so much.
Yes.
Right? Like that's what it comes down to. Main event time, PWA heavyweight title, Big Fudge challenging Chevs for the PWA heavyweight championship. Obviously, North Shore Wrestling make an appearance. Thankfully for Big Fudge, he's got backup because Jess Troy and the Dropouts make their presence known to even the odds. In fact, when at the end of the match, Chev goes to hit Big Fudge with the title, Jess Troy shows up, takes the title off Chev's, hits her with the title instead, which leads to Fudge getting the choke slam, getting the 3 count, and becoming the new PWA champion. It's the summer of Fudge. I am so happy for Fudge. Talk about a guy who deserves it. Jamie, what did you think of this main event?
It was better than I expected. Like, I was so worried about the North Shore stuff, and like, it's just every match in Chev's reign kind of felt very samey. Of you'll get a few minutes of
very
main
Hollywood
event
Hogan
wrestling style, then you'll get an NWO, a North Shore wrestling run in. They'll beat the person down, and then spoiler, Chevs wins. And I'm so glad that they tweaked it a little bit so that she didn't win this time. But yeah, enjoyable. I just am shocked that we didn't capitalize on the ultimate moment to get the biggest amount of heat possible on Will Keatis and have him come out and ruin Fudge's big moment. And I would have liked Scott to come out a little bit dirtier than he was when he came out to make the save. Like, you were in a dumpster match at the start of the show, and then you came out in the same clothes, looking totally normal. I was like, just a bit of something on your face.
Change your pants.
Yeah, or like either come out with paper and whatever all over you, or be in totally different attire and say, I had a shower.
I'm more of that totally different attire, because I said to you, if you were in a dumpster, you reckon you would sit around for 2.5 hours with the shit still on you?
Mate.
Yeah, go and have a shower.
Why? Or just in case I've got to run out here. Also, like,
Just be in street clothes. It's fine.
Reiterating it too, and we didn't talk about this before, and I know it was the next match, but Tuckman is a shit mate.
Yep.
Isn't he?
That's fair.
Like, Carter Deans comes out, interferes, and Tuckman's just in the back. I'd love to, bro, but I got a match right now.
I gotta defend my title right now.
It's that
3
or you're in a
minutes.
dumpster. Sorry about that.
Todd, what did you think of the main event here?
I think I put it on Twitter, that WrestleMania with Rock and Cody, Cody and Roman, ruined a lot of main events in Australian wrestling for the last couple of years. Because every match seems to go, every big main event seems to go in that pattern now. Mm-hmm. There's this phase, and then there's the big run-ins, and then there's something else, and then there's another run-in at the end, and yeah.
And it's not exclusive to PWA either. Like it's
no,
it's
100% it's not. Like MC Dub's done it, RC Dub has done it. Like everybody's done. Pro League did it. They did it without Back Adam. Like everyone's done it. Like so, this isn't just a one thing. Match itself was great. Completely shocked that Fudge won. I really didn't think that was going to happen. Just because it's just Fudge is not your prototypical PWA champion. Like you look at that lineage and no offense to him because I love Fudge, doesn't really sit in that same line of people. No. Great match though. Like Fudge can work. Let's just Fudge can work.
Oh yeah.
And so can
underrated worker really.
Yeah.
Everyone just looks at him and goes, "Oh, it's just a comedy guy."
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I enjoyed the match.
Just quickly to give a quick history rundown. This is just a chunk of the title history. Mark Davis, Mick Moretti, Robbie Eagles, Jack Bonza, Robbie Eagles, Will Ospreay, Adam Brooks, Robbie Eagles, Jonah Rock, Caveman Ugg, like
Ricky South,
Jess Troy, Shebs, Fudge.
Big Fudge.
One of these things is not like the others.
And Macho Man Andy Savage is right. Like the dude carried FWA as champ. Right, when
was the last?
Anywho,
no, he's busy getting photos with John Cena. He couldn't afford a show. Yeah, that'll get me in trouble again. Yeah. But no, the match was really good. But look, the match was good when I'm watching it through the lens of she's going to cheat, she'll win, blah blah. We're moving on to Coliseum. Now I have no idea what's going to happen, so that is good because I'm not even sure because the next thing for Chevs is a steel cage match.
Steel cage
Jess.
with Jess.
So they've already Chevs has moved off, getting her title back and just going after Jess. So I don't know who steps up and has that match now with Fudge. Maybe at Coliseum. I mean, Aaron J could be perfect. I think. Just because they've had this underlying thing for the longest time. It's someone who Fudge could beat and it would be okay and still be thing. The wonderful thing
and Fudge could explain it like, yeah, you're my best friend. I'll let you have the first shot.
Yeah.
And Aaron can
exactly.
just I'm not your mate. What are you talking about?
Yeah. The wonderful thing I think about Fudge being champion, and I've had about a week to reflect on this, is that at any show, you can imagine him losing that title.
Yep.
So there's not one show you're going to go into where it's a foregone conclusion that Fudge is going to walk out as champion.
No,
and
he gets to be a babyface in peril as long as he's got that belt.
Yeah, I kind of dig that. So, yeah. But that was a genuine shocking moment when he won. Because I was
it's a good way to potentially elevate some of those, like Aaron Jakes, Xander Sullivans, like middle of the road heels of oh, they're getting a title shot, and they could very well walk out with the belt.
Yeah, but I was waiting for a referee's reverse decision, Keita's doing a cash-in, something like that. But then they just went to black, and I literally sat there for 30 seconds with the screen black going,
they're coming back, right?
they actually did it. Holy shit, they actually did it.
Which I'm thrilled about, because Fudge rules, and everyone loves Big Fudge, right? That's a huge part of it, is that it is feel good to have Fudge with the belt. Andy Savage says this was so good, and I thought it was booked super well in that all of Fudge's obstacles were dealt with. To me, doing Ketis right now would have been a poor substitute for not doing it after Tuckman beat Robbie. I don't disagree there. That's a valid point. My only thing here that I'm a little iffy on, and it's not because of quality. I'm going to say that. Chevs turned on Jessica Troy in October 2024. And that story is still going. As much as there's been other stuff happening in it, and it's weaved in and out, like if you look at the PWA trajectory of Jess Troy, it was getting turned on by Chevs, then she fought Ketis, then her and the Dropouts fought North Shore, then she fought Chevs, then she fought Chevs and North Shore, then there was a couple of other matches while she was trying to build back up to challenge Chevs again. Then she was in the ladder match where Ketis won. That, you know what I mean? Like it's still that story for 14 months, which is a long time.
The WWE influence on wrestling is insane.
Yeah.
You know what? Like, I don't mind when it's one consistent story going through it with one person and then the group. It's not dominating the whole show.
That's
like
true.
She went away and she did that, but people were still after Chevs.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that's the thing
it's
is
okay
that
when you're doing that. Like, if it was literally every show, how's Jess going to get to Chevs again? Then I would agree with you completely.
And this hasn't been Chev's only story as champ. That's the big thing. It just feels to me like I love Jessica Troy as a wrestler so much that the fact that I feel like I've seen her, other than when we've watched other companies, in PWA, which feels like her home, we've been watching this one story for her for so long that I just feel like I would be more excited to see her doing more stuff. Part of that is that she's been out for a period of time.
Yeah, I was going to say, she was also injured for a period of time. And also, like, if you weren't doing this with her, what would you do with her? Because Soul of PWA is tied up. Chevs has got the title. Like, she hasn't got a tag team partner because Chevs was her tag team partner.
Yeah. Yeah, and she'd be stuck in, like, weird versus PPK territory.
Yeah. I like Macho Man says, like, I love those for a few. I do. There are certain things like that will always... There's always something where they can go away and then come back and it's always going to be a thing.
Yep.
Like in Riot City, it's like Maddie and Cray.
Yep.
The brothers. They will be the best friends, brothers, like there's my other half, he's like the part of it. And they'll break up for a while. And then they'll feud. And then they'll come back together. And then they'll break up for a while. And then they'll feud. And they come back together.
And Hater and Basso do that as well, right?
Exactly.
Like, if they're both in a place, there's something happening there.
Yes.
And that's
I am
the same
excited to
Chevs
see.
and Jess.
I am excited for that cage match. I think that will be an awesome cage match.
Oh, it's going to be brilliant.
Yes.
Like, don't get me wrong. The match quality is always through the roof because they're incredible with each other. They've got chemistry out the wazoo. So that's not the problem at all. It's that, it just feels like it's been a long time telling the one story. In saying that, I'm really excited that Big Fudge now has the title, and that's going to be a whole different story that we get to see in the main event, which is going to be really exciting. So that was like PWA's Black Label's Hottest 100 party.
Sorry, but it is also very interesting having, like I mentioned before, a non-traditional PWA champion going into Coliseum where they're likely to draw one of the bigger crowds they ever draw because of it's the night before AEW.
I think the issue is it's in a small venue. It's not in the actual
really
Metro. It's in the Metro Social, which is quite small.
So it doesn't really matter.
I know,
he's
but
the champion. Then is that what, I'm asking?
It's
so
just
really
like
matter?
they're not going to have the biggest crowd they've ever had because
it'll probably be a
physically
sellout, which is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
right,
with AEW being in town that weekend, a match that would be the most entertaining thing ever: Big Fudge versus Orange Cassidy.
Oh, wouldn't that be
would
something?
be entertaining as all hell.
Now, if we're talking about like potential PWA AEW matchups, I got to bring something up. And there was some.
And before you do that, they can catch the show on YouTube. The links will be in the description for the podcast. Go and check it out. It's their first show for the year. They really did kick it off with a bloody huge shock surprise win.
Oh yeah,
for the finish. A really good show top to bottom, if we're being honest. Like there was a couple of things like I know like creatively, there's a couple of things I just don't gel with, but match-wise, quality-wise, wrestler-wise, it is a great show.
Yeah, top to bottom, everything on there is worth watching for something, like 100%. And I also think it's really cool that they're able to do that, you know, without guys like Robbie Eagles, who is perennial in that company, who you think of as the big name. You know, they're able to do a show that's this great without that name. But he's someone I've got to bring up because we've had
fix your computer first, bro.
How am I sounding?
Better.
Great. There was some seats from MJF talking about his defending the AEW Heavyweight Championship in other companies and saying that he's not going to do it unless he feels like a challenger deserves it. And Robbie Eagles replied and said that Max fears Australians. Pass it on. And I had a chance to talk with Maxwell Jacob Friedman this past week. And so I brought it up to him. So have we got a clip of that we can play, Todd?
We do, mate. Here's the clip. The interview itself will be dropping as soon as this show is over. It will be dropping on YouTube and tomorrow morning, or probably maybe tonight as well, on all the podcast things. It's only a quick interview. It's 80 minutes. It's all that anyone got for it. So, but really, really good. Lachlan did some really good work there, and this is a hell of a nugget, I think, of stuff. So here's this, the question and the answer from MJF about the Robbie Eagles thing.
As far as defending it all the time on the independent circuit, no. Like Harley Race, like Ric Flair, like Buddy Rogers, I am traveling the world. I will be defending my title of traveling the world. I have a feeling I more than likely will be defending my AEW world title in Australia. We don't know for a fact, but it's just a hunch. It's a hunch.
Pretty big shows. Probably want a world title on there.
Probably a smart move, and we'll see what happens, We'll see what happens.
Well, I have to bring up Australian wrestler Robbie Eagles, New Japan star, did respond, quote, Max fears Aussies, pass it on. Have you got a response to that?
Interesting. Is he going to be around for that house show?
But I believe he's going to be around.
More importantly, if I wrestle him, is anybody going to know who the fuck he is?
Ooh, big call from MJF there to,
If people, look, let's do a poll online. If people are freaking out, they're going, I need to see Robbie Eagles versus MJF for the AEW World title, I'll put the title on the line tomorrow. But let me see. I want to see the internet wrestling community frothing out the mouth for it. If you guys beg for it, maybe it'll happen. But let's see. Let's see if his fan base is as big as he thinks it is.
So there's the call from the horse's mouth. MJF will defend the title, the AEW World title, against Robbie Eagles if there is demand for it, is what MJF is saying.
We know Robbie watches the show. So, and being, especially we talked about PWA tonight, he should especially be watching the show. So Robbie, get a poll online, mate, and just start pumping it out there. And get people behind it. And anyone listening to the show, anyone like maybe seeing a clip that we put up, go and support it. If you want to see an Aussie taking on the AEW World Champion on at least one of the two shows down here in Australia, this is your best chance to do it. So get behind an Aussie and do that.
Like it, repost it, comment on it, do everything to get that algorithm kickstarted.
Yeah, and once again, like, it was 8 minutes, and Lockie, I think he did a great job with it too, by the way. So you guys will see it as soon as this drops. I said to him, going, and it sounds stupid, I listened to it twice after he'd recorded it on the way home from work before I had to edit it, and I wasn't bored with it at any time. It wasn't like, it was a good conversation. It was fun. It felt like it could have went for a lot longer until you heard the voice from deep telling you to wrap it up, Lockie.
Yep, that's right. So absolutely get amongst that interview because it was a blast talking to MJF. He bullied me only a little. It was so much fun, and I can't wait for everyone to hear it. And I hope that we do see a big outpouring of support for Australian wrestling here, right? If we can get the motion, then there's the potential for that MJF defending the AEW title against Robbie Eagles. And I know I want to see that. I'm sure a lot of people want to see that. And we want to show the world that Australian wrestling is the bloody best, right? So get out there and support Aussie wrestling. Use your voice. And hey, this weekend, you can support Aussie wrestling by going out and buying a ticket because there's shows on. There's a big double header in Melbourne this weekend. Renegades of Wrestling have their Rise of the Renegades 2-night event starting tomorrow night, Friday, January 23rd, and flowing into Saturday, January 24th. They've got Rise of the Renegades. Night 1 this Friday has matches like Lil Mars and Ari Nicole versus the Glow Up, Hector Jones versus Orion. You've got the Rise of the Renegades tournament round 1. That's got JJ Furno versus Jackson Atlas, Amp Cava versus JXT, Sam Yanis versus Jarvis, and Matty Romano versus Tyson Reed, and a Renegades World Championship match with Lockie Hendricks versus Mitch Waterman. Then on night 2 on Saturday, you've got the round 2 semi-final matches of that Rise of the Renegades tournament with the winners of night 1. There's a contendership battle royale for the Renegades Women's Championship. That's Tarlee and Charlie and Rochelle and Lil Mars and Ari Nicole and Aisha. There's also a Renegades Tag Team Championship match with High Life versus the Bastard Brothers. Murdoch's got an open challenge. And then the main event's going to be that final crowning the new Australian champion in Renegades. So that is a stacked show. Get along to the Renegades Arena. You can get your tickets at renegadesofwrestling.com through Destroy All Lines. If you are in Melbourne, absolutely get amongst that. But if that's not enough, if you want another show...
Hang on, before you do that...
Sorry, yeah, go on.
Put your money where your mouth is, boys. Put your words like, who is coming out of this tournament as the Australian champion?
Tyson Reed.
Oh, that was going to be my pick. I'm going Cava.
All right. Jeez.
So again, the options
Jarvis.
here.
I got a feeling Jarvis might do it, and stupidly, like Murdoch might turn on him after that.
Yeah, could be. There's so many options that like
Jarvis looks like a beast in this poster too.
He really does.
He looks huge.
Mean. Yeah.
It's half the reason why I picked him. When I looked at it, I'm like, yeah, he looks like he could do it.
Yeah, like that's going to be a bit unreal. But yeah, so that's Friday, Saturday. If you're in Victoria and you're not satisfied, OPW WrestleWave is on Sunday, January 25th. You've got a lineup with Tyson Reed versus Tony Villani versus Jake Taylor. You've got the King of Colac title match with Sketch versus Ben Barnett. You've got the MCW Inter-Commonwealth title #1 contendership match between JJ Furno and Owen Stedman. Holy cow. You've got an OPW tag team title match with the champs Blacklisted, Funtime Phil and JXT, taking on Heaven and Hell, Magnus Colbeck and Mitch Connors. You got the OPW women's title on the line with Lil Mars challenging the champion Tarlee. And in the main event, the vacant OPW heavyweight title is being challenged for with Edward Dusk versus Jesse Love. That's going to be a banger. I don't know if I should say out loud about anything about supporting a Queenslander in that. That could lead to me getting very badly hurt. So
he already wants to murder you, so you're fine.
Yeah. I mean, how much worse can it get?
At this point, what have you got to lose?
So that is OPW WrestleWave this Sunday, and that's not kind of in the Melbourne city centre, right? That's out more towards
Torquay.
Torquay, yeah. So
Great Ocean Road territory.
Absolutely. So a beautiful trip for anyone who is in the Melbourne area and wants to check that out, or in Victoria at large. That'll be an awesome show.
Yeah, good Sunday. Good Sunday outing.
Yeah, not the only things on this weekend either. So Victoria, we've already talked about OPW WrestleWave and Renegades of Wrestling Rise of the Renegades. There's also PCW's Slam featuring Evolution tomorrow night, Friday, January 23rd. And if you're in New South Wales, you've got Australian Wrestling Superstars tomorrow night, Friday, January 23rd. Then on Saturday, you've got a couple of options. Newey Pro has Fight Night on Saturday, January 24th. All-Star Wrestling Australia has Summer Spectacular 6 on Saturday, January 24th. And first part of a double header, Rock and Roll Wrestling has Summer Spectacular. That's on Saturday, January 24th and Sunday, January 25th. Speaking of Sunday, January 25th, IWA at St. John's Park is on Sunday, January 25th, as is Wrestling Goes Excommunicado on Sunday, January 25th as well. So tons of wrestling on this weekend, as well as those big shows coming with World Series Wrestling's Rise Against tour. That's going to be Friday the 15th of May at the Adelaide Entertainment Centre, Saturday the 16th and Sunday the 17th of May at the Melbourne Pavilion, and Monday the 18th of May at Penrith Panthers Penrith. What little tickets are left can be got at worldserieswrestling.com.au, with new talent just announced in the form of Donovan Dijak added to that lineup. So that roster is just ridiculous. So if you can snag a ticket to that, do it now. Like, there's so much going on with wrestling. And the fact that, you know, we spent an hour talking about a great wrestling show that was on this past weekend, and then talked about all the shows coming up this weekend and coming up in May, as well as, you know, talking about the AEW shows that are coming down here in less than a month. That's AEW Grand Slam Sydney, that's at Kudos Bank Arena on Saturday, February 14th, and then on Sunday, February 15th, up here in Brisbane for House Rules Brisbane at the Brisbane Entertainment Centre. You can see I've got those locked in, those dates and locations, because I did not want to stuff them up in an interview with MJF, right? So
I will be accepting chocolates and roses on Valentine's Day if you see me.
When he did it off the bat, I'm like, well, there goes a half of Lachlan's script.
Yeah, that's right. Took it out of my hands, he did. But, like, man, it's so good having so much good wrestling going on here in Australia. You know, we do have to look overseas as well. That's, you know, part of what we do. We talk about everything going on around the world of wrestling. So we're going to be doing that, the stuff from, you know, outside of Australia. We're going to talk about it right after this.
Come on, babe. Let's go home. Love when you talk like that. Aisha! Hey! Hey.
What the hell was that?
Good match.
What are you talking about? You left me alone.
I thought you had it. You're like a young Indy Hartwell. I trusted you.
What are you talking about?
Come on, Aisha. Champ works on champ time. You know all about that, right? Didn't you used to have this?
Yeah, I did. And maybe I'll have it again real soon.
Good luck with that. Judy!
The award for Women's Tag Team of the Year is brought to you by Wrestle Radio Australia, Australia's longest-running wrestling podcast, live every Thursday on Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube with Making Chicken Salad. They break down the latest Aussie news, shows, world wrestling news, and call out what was chicken salad and what was absolute chicken shit this week in wrestling. Catch the podcast the next day and follow them on Facebook, X, and Instagram. Just search Wrestle Radio Australia.
2025 was the year of the Renegades, with heart-stopping action, new champions, and a healthy dose of violence. As time marches on, we get set for our biggest year yet. The Renegades kick off the year with our first ever doubleheader event, January 23 and 24, where we will have the Rise of the Renegades tournament to crown our first ever Australian champion. But we're only just warming up. February 28th, we return to Essendon for Renegades Uprising. And the Renegades return to where it all began, Collingwood Town Hall, as we celebrate our 4-year anniversary and remind the world that we are Renegades. In 2026, you only need one resolution. Join the Renegades.
Attention, trading card collectors! Are you ready to take your collection to the next level? Dive into the action with the limited edition Australian Wrestling Card, showcasing the most electrifying talent Australia has to offer. Imagine owning cards featuring legends such as Robbie Eagles, Shazza McKenzie, Shane Hayes, Madison Eagles, and many, many more. But that's not all. You'll also snag cards of the iconic referees, commentators, and announcers, just like me, Lord Andy Coyne, to truly capture the spirit of Australian independent wrestling. And as our homegrown talent continues to dominate the world stage, OzRest cards are destined to become hot commodities. Not only will you be owning a valuable piece of wrestling history, but you'll also be supporting the amazing wrestlers and talented photographers behind the magic. So don't wait. Grab your Australian wrestling cards now at pariomagazine.com.au/OzRes cards. Order today and kickstart your collection with a bang.
You see this? This right here says that we are the greatest tag team on the face of this planet. Bastard Brothers, we just went through the hardest fought match in Renegades of wrestling history. We just beat two of the greatest tag teams that this country has to offer.
We're the greatest tag teams. We beat the former Renegades of Wrestling Tag Team Champions. We beat those plebs, Rapid Fire, and Bastard Brothers. Who have you ever been?
Your days are numbered.
And we're going to show you how to live the high life.
Hey everybody, it's Radar Superstar Adam Copeland. I got a bunch of handles. Anyway, call me what you want, but you are listening to WRA, Wrestle Radio Australia.
Welcome back to Making Chicken Salad, where we talk about everything going on around the world of wrestling. And let's turn our eyes to the WWE, where there was a bit of a match stoppage on Monday's Raw in Belfast, Ireland. Thankfully, both PW Insider and Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful are reporting that Javon Evans is doing okay after his match was stopped during Raw. According to PW Insider, the match was stopped over a possible concussion. Evans was checked out backstage and left the show to travel with the rest of the roster as part of WWE's European tour. According to PW Insider, it was said that it doesn't appear that Evans suffered a concussion, but it can't be ruled out 100%. Again, I think this comes back to us all being much happier that they are being safe, and when there's the possibility of a concussion, stopping things and making sure people are safe. These situations where you can't 100% confirm or deny what's happened, sounds good that he didn't have one, and I would rather a match be stopped for his safety than continue if it turned out he did have the concussion. Any other thoughts beyond that?
No, it's good to see that happening now.
Yeah, it's better to be overly precautious than the other option.
Exactly. But also on that show, we've had a bit of build-up here because we've got this Gunther versus Styles feud that's building, and it's confirmed that it'll take place at the Saturday, January 31st PLE in Saudi Arabia at the Royal Rumble. It's a career-threatening match where Styles will retire if he loses. He agreed to the stipulation after it was proposed by Gunther as the only way Gunther would accept another match after how things ended on Raw last week. This is a surprise to me because I thought they would keep this stipulation for much later in the feud. Todd?
Yeah, well, there's a lot of speculation that maybe his contract is running out in February. And who knows?
It's surprising.
I mean, who knows? Especially with
He did say that this year would be his last in wrestling. He didn't say it would be the last in WWE. So maybe we saw on the debut Impact last week, he teased going after the belt that Kaz had, the TNA World Title. So maybe he does retire from WWE early and then goes and finishes his career where it really started.
And you've got to imagine with a decade of WWE under his belt, right? The financial side of it can't be the only thing he's thinking about.
And if he's in TNA, they can still use him a little bit in NXT and stuff as well. So it's not like he's jumping ship to the enemy.
It's just very shocking that it's this early in the year.
And you're potentially going to have him retire from WWE in Saudi. It's
Yep.
Okay,
Oh yeah,
weird.
I didn't even think about that.
Or the other option is that
he wins.
Gunther gets beaten like this early after beating Cena, which is like, is that the payoff?
I could see Styles winning, and then Gunther enters the Rumble and wins it, and then challenges him again at Mania.
Don't
and
hate
then
that.
And that's where Styles ends up retiring.
But if he wins the Rumble, why would he challenge Styles? That's for a
get
championship
his
match,
belt.
not for any match. But he doesn't have.
Oh, no,
there's
'cause,
belt
he doesn't
on
have the
line,
belt.
brother.
I was like, hey,
where does the belt come from?
I thought Gunther had the belt. Gunther should have the belt.
Yeah, why Gunther not having the belt is weird.
Gunther should always have the belt. And when he doesn't, people are asking, why doesn't
We
Gunther
should be
have the
asking,
belt?
why doesn't Gunther have the belt?
Where's Poochie? This is one where it's another, hey, these companies using AI really suck. But this time, it's reflecting badly on the company, which we love to see. Dominic Mysterio had a promo package during AAA's premiere episode on Fox in Latin America. And they had a video of him talking about his success in the promotion, cutting promos on celebrities like Canelo Alvarez and Bad Bunny. There was AI generated animation that was going on over the video. And at one point, one of the images briefly showed Mysterio wearing a championship belt with the AEW logo on it. So congratulations to the true Grand Slam champion, Dominic Mysterio, who held the AAA belt and a WWE belt and an AEW belt, apparently.
I'm more impressed that they actually got the brand right. Because anytime I've seen a like AI trying to do a branded belt, it's always wrong.
Yeah.
Well, it
was even the right
technically
shape.
wrong. No, it wasn't.
It was almost
No,
the right
but-
shape.
It's like the
Yeah.
AAA belt, but the AEW logo is in the center of
Logo
it.
on the belt. Yeah, yeah.
But like even like if you just said make me the AEW champion, it would probably spell AWE.
Yeah, the lettering's usually all messed up.
Yeah. So I'm more shocked that they got that part right.
It was cut and dry. Like, it was really clearly
Yeah,
the
it wasn't
AEW
a
logo.
squint and like, oh, maybe that's what
No,
that says.
no,
Like,
it was there.
Yeah, that's definitely the logo.
It was very clear.
Which is funny because
we-
it's like, did nobody watch that and like approve that? They were just like, yeah, that's good.
I haven't seen it. I've only seen the freeze frame of it. So is it very blatant that that's what it is?
So from
Or
when
is
I
it
have to
if
slow
you're
it down.
watching it,
You have to slow it
Yeah,
down,
see-
but
if you're watching knowing that it's there,
yeah.
right? If you're watching so I watched the promo before this all came out and didn't notice it. But then when I heard, rather than like looking at an image, I went, I'll go back and watch the promo again. It's there.
Yeah. So it's conceivable that somebody's watched it and gone, yep, that's all good.
Yep.
Keep going.
100%.
And then
I just feel
some
like if-
fucking nerd has watched it at half speed and gone, oh, it's an AEW symbol there.
I just feel like if you're knowingly using AI in
Yeah.
something like that,
Yep.
you need to watch that frame by frame and make sure it didn't pull in something weird like that because it's not a great look.
That's what
It's such
that's
a-
what AI does.
Yeah, it's such a AAA thing to do, though.
Such a AAA.
That's
thing.
my other question. Was this AAA commissioned it? Did Fox Latin America commission it? Or did WWE make this?
Yeah.
That's the big
also
question for me.
For all of us in Australia, those episodes are all on the WWE YouTube channel.
YouTube. Yeah.
So
With English
we
commentary?
can watch. Yeah, with English commentary.
Free on
That's
YouTube,
so-
baby.
It's Bradshaw, that's the team, Graves, Bradshaw, and Conan doing the commentary every week.
Conan I could do without, but the other two are pretty
Yeah.
decent.
I will
you gotta have
say-
someone that can actually talk about the history of AAA. You need at least one person that's actually wrestled for AAA.
I'll speculate
Graves'
here
brother
that-
wrestles there. That
That's
counts.
true. I'm pretty sure that this AI video was a AAA production. And the reason that I say that is it looks pretty clearly to be just like the publicly facing, a really readily available version of like a ChatGPT style video generation, right? It's not a professional level tool is what it looks like here. It looks like they plugged a video into an AI generator and said, give this a comic book style effect. And that's what it spat out. So, which makes me think AAA.
The weird part is, like, apart from that one, like, flub with the AEW logo, pretty decent promo.
Oh, him cutting the promo is excellent. He's so good.
But, like, even, like, the video package, I was like, that's kind of cool. And then that popped up, I was like, oh, that's not cool.
That's not cool.
It's a lot of relevant points, right?
Yeah. One thing we didn't have on the rundown, because I'll be honest with you, forgot to put it there. Tommaso Ciampa today released a statement about him. So he's saying that he was out of contract soon.
Imminently, yeah.
Imminently.
And, you know, you've got Johnny
very
Gargano
unusual to see,
posting a black and white photo.
It's very unusual to see somebody doing that and already looking for bookings before they're out of contract.
Yep. Yeah, very strange, hey.
I guess that's like that new era of WWE where they're like, yeah, he's going, so let's let him sort stuff out, because, like, we're not paying him after that date anyway.
Yeah,
so it's not like the 90 days where you've got that 90 days to sort out what's happening.
That's where the 90 days comes in kind of handy, really.
Yeah. Yeah, you've got 3 months to get bookings and come out on momentum.
Also not in our news is WWE Unreal Season 2. So, you know, there's stories coming out at the moment. And one of those is Triple H talking about the fact that apparently R-Truth was never not under contract. So when that whole thing happened where he was let go and then there was the fan demand and he came back, apparently Truth misunderstood the fact that they weren't going to renew his contract and he thought that he was then out of contract, but he wasn't. So, like, who knows?
Could you imagine that? Could you imagine that? Like, you're sitting at home going, fuck, I just let my contract go. Like, just like you and me. And then your boss rings, why aren't you at work?
Yeah.
you didn't.
Yeah, you're still under contract for another 3 months. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Get in here. Oh, sorry about that. Which I must admit, it has happened to me. Not that specifically, but it was a cross wire where I had to do a first aid course, but the first aid course was near my house. Now I live like 40 minutes away from my work, and the way my boss said it to me made it sound like he didn't. He was like, "Don't worry about coming." The way he said it made it sound like, "Don't worry about coming and just go to your course at like 12 o'clock." Because it was sort of like, "Oh, you're coming in, right?" He said it like that, and I was like, "Oh, yeah, for sure." Of course, no idea. In my bed, quite happy phone call. Where are you, man? Are you all right? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm just getting ready to go to my course. But you know you're supposed to come in. No, I didn't.
Yeah, by the time I drive in there, I'll be driving back out for this course.
It's basically what that was. Well, don't worry about it now.
So that's basically what happened to R-Truth.
Yeah,
R-Truth had a first aid course. No, but yeah, like, so when it comes to Ciampa, I think there's going to be, get ready for a couple of months of discussion about whether he's actually under contract. Be prepared.
Well, it depends on how much he's on TV now.
Yeah.
Like if they use him on SmackDown every week leading up to it, or if they just don't use him now at all, and we just won't know until he goes, I'm free agent now.
Yeah, my next match is here. Like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So could you imagine him being signed with? I can imagine him being signed to AEW. I can imagine him being in the Death Riders.
They'll obviously try. They will absolutely try, because
they'd be crazy not to.
He was in that sort of crowd, so it'll be like.
And Tony's in a spending mood at the moment.
They'll definitely send that book Tommaso Ciampa at gmail.com a little message. See how it goes from there.
Well, look, in terms of booking, we've got a couple of bookings locked in for Saturday night's main event, which is going to be on, believe it or not, Saturday night. Well, here it's going to be on Sunday morning, more like. So what we've got so far is a Fatal 4-Way number one contenders match for the WWE Championship shot at the Royal Rumble. Competitors being determined by qualifying matches for that. And then the women's tag team champions, Rhea Ripley and Io Sky, are going to defend against the Judgment Day, Liv Morgan and Roxanne Perez. All of the above having declared their entry to the Royal Rumble over the course of Raw this week. So I think that's interesting, the fact that everybody involved in that title match is going to be in the Royal Rumble. That's
Yeah.
interesting.
I like the way
along with many
that
others.
Rhea said it in the promo this week too, going, so who's going to face us?
Yeah,
You're all in the Rumble.
Yeah, exactly. Look, I think we'll see a little more added to that show, but the fact that we didn't get any more added on Raw is a bit unusual to me, considering the show is
Yeah, because
on
that's like this
Saturday.
weekend.
Yeah,
It's 2 days
it's
from
like
now.
a couple of days away.
Maybe
Yeah, I was just
SmackDown
gonna
will
ask.
just drop some shit.
I was going to ask, when are these qualifying matches happening? Are they on SmackDown, or have they not? Did they
They've
have
already
any on Raw?
some of them have already happened.
Okay, that makes sense.
They
I
happened
was
on
just like,
SmackDown last week, and then
Yeah, if they happened on the 16th, so I can give you the actual competitors are going to be.
Sorry,
Randy
Jamie, I
Orton.
was editing a interview with an AEW World Champion, and I'm sorry I didn't put that information in there for you.
Yeah. Randy Orton, Trick Williams, Damian Priest, and Sami Zayn are going to be the competitors in that four-way match. There has also been another match added to that, which I believe was just like announced on WWE.com. Is that Jacob Fatu versus Cody Rhodes is going
that was
to be
that was announced on SmackDown last week.
It was announced on SmackDown. Right. So we've got
that's probably basically the card then.
Yeah,
maybe one more getting announced on SmackDown, but I mean that four-way is going to be pretty big. So you got Cody on it already, so we'll see. No Soul Rose in the chat saying, "Hey guys, just got here late due to dinner with the parents at a Chinese restaurant. Quick question: do you prefer duck in a duck pancake or sang choy bao?" I'm a duck pancake guy myself.
I prefer ducks in a pond.
Yeah, I ain't ever had duck.
And
No
no,
black bean all day.
No Soul Rose, of course, says, "Let's go fudge! Summer of fudge, baby! We love to see it." No Soul Rose. You missed us talking about the show. It was an absolute blast. You got a shout out. People are saying you're getting too comfortable with the R word, I hear. That's R-A-N-G-A. So
You can say it, Lachlan.
Yeah, you're allowed to say it.
Rosie,
yes, don't look at it like no, it's not red. It's fucking
Rose,
red, bro.
am I a redhead? You get to decide.
You're literally wearing an orange shirt.
No Soul Rose says management forced me to say it. Good stuff. Okay, look, while Rose is getting back to us on the controversial state of Lachlan's hair color, let's look at what's going on in AEW at the moment.
Rosie, Lachlan is one of the tribe, isn't he?
One of
you can say it.
One of you.
Over in
One of
AEW
you.
at the moment, following Trey Miguel's AEW release news last week, new reporting has emerged related to the reasons behind it. Fightful Select confirmed that Miguel's release was a decision made above AEW and heavily implied to be a Warner Brothers Discovery decision. It was further noted that the decision was related to a controversial post Miguel made in 2020, although he had immediately apologized for it. No additional posts or situations were factored into the reason provided for Miguel's release. Now, a couple of things to say here. There have been a couple of posts flagged as potential that we're talking about. He has explicitly apologized for both of those, which I think is interesting to note. I've said it before and I'll say it again. They don't hire wrestlers for being smart, right? He said some bad stuff. And I am really glad to see that he's apologized, and I hope that he has learned. And it seems like this is one of those decisions where someone made a post and Warner Brothers Discovery went, yeah, no, he's not being on TV.
He got Briscoed.
He got fully Briscoed there.
It is kind of a weird double standard, though, because they hired Zachary Wentz.
Yeah. They hired Zachary Wentz. Darby Allin's on the roster.
Sammy
There's a couple of
Guevara's on the
guys.
roster.
Excalibur talks all the time, and we know what he said on a live mic.
Yeah,
like
it's a weird
and also,
WB
it's one of those things,
decision.
and I don't. It's one of those things too, and I don't excuse what he said, but there also has to be. There has to be the ability to forgive somebody if they've apologized and tried to make up for. Now, I don't know if he's tried to make up for aside from apologizing. I do know that one of the people that he said it against, and even though that person has been summarily cancelled, had actually stuck up for him and said, look, he was young, he didn't mean it, blah, blah, blah. There has to be some... in some way, some
ability for people to learn.
Thank you. Yeah.
And like
yeah.
in a corporate environment, they would just send you to like
sensitivity training.
Yeah, some sort of sensitivity thing. And it's like, could we have not just done that? Like the guy hadn't even been on TV yet. Like, let's try.
I'm like, let's be really clear. This is not saying that what he said is acceptable in any way, because in both cases said heinous stuff, right?
Yes.
But we also have to acknowledge that people grow up in situations where they have views put upon them, and a lot of the time they have the opportunity to grow and learn, and hopefully that's what's happened for Trey Miguel, and that's what he says has happened.
Yeah, it also wasn't one of those things where the guy had just said it out of the blue as well. He was in a back and forth with somebody, and obviously being young and stupid took the low road.
Yeah, in both situations took a shot at someone, like as part of an argument, right? Like
classic internet behavior.
Yeah, exactly.
A good way to put it, right? And Macho Man Andy Savage says, if someone is genuinely apologetic, I'd prefer to give them the space to grow and learn and become an ally of my community. That's apparently what happened with Jay Briscoe. I'll also say that there's a difference between like saying heinous shit and apologizing for it versus doing a heinous thing that hurts someone actively, right? Because I think that there are people in wrestling who have gone out of their way to hurt people and do heinous actions, and that is different from a stupid tweet, right?
Yes.
I think substantively.
And also, it wasn't even a tweet, was it? It was like a Facebook comment on his own page, like his personal page.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's not even like technically in the public eye.
Yeah. I just hope that like, I hate that this happened, but I hope he's okay mentally.
Yeah.
As much as we know that like he's being apologetic and all of that stuff, and I'm taking all of this into account. So I'm hoping that his mentals are okay because of that. This is not taking away from anything he said in the past.
And I think that the thing that I want to come back to here is that it's important that people have the opportunity to learn and grow for a couple of reasons. One is that in everybody's life, they have been wrong about something at least once, right? No matter who you are, you've been wrong about something, right?
Yeah.
And
I was like, we should bring Jeff on.
But the other thing is that when people get this sense that you say one bad thing and that's it, you're cancelled forever, that radicalizes people in a way that's really dangerous as well. And it leads to huge divisions. Whereas you can instead foster growth in people for them to become allies rather than enemies, right? And that's really important. So I hope Trey Miguel is doing well. I hope that he is genuinely apologetic and does not believe the things that he said. And I wonder if we will see any continuation in that story going forward. A couple of other things with AEW. A report into Netflix's anticipated acquisition of the Warner Brothers studio and other assets confirmed that WBD owns a minority stake in AEW, which will remain with GLN post-Netflix sale. The stake in AEW would have to be less than 10%, or else WBD would need to publicly disclose that information. AEW head Tony Khan has been asked to confirm this before, and while he has never done that, he's also never denied it, so that's worth noting. Then, after MJF defended the AEW World Championship in India event in Lewiston, Maine, he revealed AEW was offering contracts to his opponent, Alec Price, and Price's tag team partner, Jordan Oliver. After defeating Price at Limitless Wrestling's Limitless Rumble show, MJF cut a promo asking the fans if they wanted Price and Oliver to be pro wrestlers or sports entertainers. He then declared that as world champion, he had a lot of sway in AEW and said that he would be recommending them to his boss, Tony Khan. So, interesting stuff going on in the MJF.
Well, he pretty much signed them. They're signed. They've got a match this week against
They
FTR.
debuted today. They debuted today. And then there's another one on the weekend.
Clearly, they were signed going in, right? Like that's the sports entertainment of it.
I don't know.
Maybe
AEW do like
often.
to shock people in the ring of like, hey, we're actually going to sign you.
Because it kind of looked like Alec didn't know.
Yeah, they
Sure,
did the
MJF
same thing
knew
to
before he showed up at the Rumble, surely.
No, MJF knew.
Right.
MJF knew they were offering it.
It's not
that's
like,
what I'm
not
saying.
like he got a phone call
Like,
on the way to the ring from Tony going, I'll sign him, by the way. Oh, okay.
Well, that's what he's saying here is like, according to him, at the show they weren't signed. He was just going to say to Tony Khan that he should sign them, and then they've been signed. Like that's the in-universe version of it, right?
According to him, you talk to him.
Yeah,
I think he could jump into a kangaroo's fucking pouch.
Yeah, they did the same thing to Nick Wayne. They had Darby offer him a contract in the ring, so it's like, yeah, they do like to shock people in that way and get those genuine reactions.
Very true. Macho Man Andy Savage also says Grand Slam card looks like it's coming together. I think we might get a Mox versus Fletcher main event. We might get FTR versus Meat, Tony versus Marina and Babes of Wrath versus Sisters of Sin. Looks like a fun card. There's also the possibility for, you know, an MJF versus Robbie Eagles if we can get some voices behind that campaign there. So
the way it sounds like he was offering that more for the house show. Yeah.
It makes more sense on the house show.
Yeah, he might already have something locked in that we don't know about for Grand Slam.
Possible.
Whereas the house shows, I think, might be a bit more loose. And Tony probably can't book the house show until he knows everyone's healthy from Grand Slam.
And there's also the element of like, hey, let's keep it in kayfabe, guys. What if he loses the title at Grand Slam? Then anything could happen, right?
Yes.
So you know.
But seriously, Robbie, make that fucking poll.
Bro, we need to get people behind this. Like, that's going to be a thing that I'm not going to shut up about for a while. You know, when something's great and you don't shut up about it, we call that chicken salad. And we like having our chicken salad right after we get through our chicken shit. That's what we do. You know, every week we get on here, we talk about what's going on around the world of wrestling, but we also talk about our chicken salad. And first, we talk about our... Hang on, where is it?
Plain chicken shit. Chicken shit? Chicken shit.
He did the thing.
He did the thing.
I wasn't paying enough attention to do it, so I had to get on.
I was following the thing on X because I've already put up the video that we played earlier. Good. So I was following on with that.
And then you'll be ready to put up the entire interview I did with MJF right after this.
Yes.
Which,
straight after this.
So I'll just quickly mention that's part of my chicken salad. I got to interview MJF. Now let's get on with the non-obvious ones. Jamie, chicken salad for the week.
Chicken salad or chicken shit first?
Oh, chicken shit first. That's right. That's the order we do it.
You heard. You pressed the button.
Chicken shit.
There we go.
Donald Sutherland said chicken shit.
My chicken shit this week was TNA's debut episode on AMC. Holy cow, that was bad. 2-hour show, 3 matches, a whole heap of talking that just felt like nothing.
Yeah.
And it was just rough.
I watched it
and was like, this sucks.
Yeah, I felt bad I paid for that.
It should have been good.
It should have been, and it wasn't.
It could have been, and it wasn't.
Open with AJ, I was like, oh, this is going to be cool. And that was the highlight.
Yeah. Like, okay, some debuts, but if you're going to do a debut, at least have them come to the ring, maybe. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Don't just dance at the top of the thing and then walk away.
Yeah.
Like,
and TNA's music department, they're giving old Def Rebel a run for their money of generic, boring-ass music.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, really?
Elena Black's not good. It's so bland. I was like...
It's like they found it on a website, legitimately.
Yeah, it's real bad. And then
you keep getting copyrighted for that shit.
Like Macho Man says, apparently Genesis sucked as well. It's like, oh, God. It's a great first week of a new deal.
Yeah. Yeah. Todd, chicken shit for the week.
Mind you, I haven't seen it yet, but I'm just going off the stuff I've seen online. Can we please get off old mate LA Knight's dick? Like, he was not like, oh, look how sad he was. He wasn't winning Money in the Bank. Yeah, tough shit. Do you know how many thousands of wrestlers are sad they're not signed somewhere? The dude is getting paid very well to do a job in front of millions of people. I get it. You don't like that he didn't get his case and all of that stuff. But guess what? If he'd have got the case, you probably would have bitched about how he has not been used with the case properly.
Yep.
Like, it's part of the fucking deal. You know that you don't get to pick your trajectory. Trajectory. Easy word to say. It's just, yeah. And I don't get it. I just, like, cool. Yeah. He's so sad because he didn't get,
Well, it's also that in that moment from the Unreal documentary, he's getting kind of told off by Triple H because he messed up the finish of that match. With the whole finish was designed to make him look more important and more of a star, and like have that, is he going to actually win the briefcase and be on the ladder with Seth? And instead of actually climbing the ladder and having that moment, he just pulled Seth down. So he screwed himself over. He took away his moment on himself, and Triple H was kind of just coaching that into him of like, we built that whole thing to make you more, and you threw it away. And then he looks really dejected because of it.
Yeah. See, that I understand him looking dejected. I don't understand like the crowd, the internet group blaming the WWE for that.
Yeah. They're making it sound like Triple H was berating him and just like talking to him like he was worthless. And I was like, no, he was coaching him.
But also he wasn't upset because he didn't win the Money in the Bank. He was upset because he blew the spot, obviously.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Right. And like, I think that I'm going to jump into my chicken shit because it's connected a little bit here, which is like, again, whenever we see backstage stuff, people have to complain about what's going on backstage. And this time, a certain bro decided that Io Sky hugging Triple H is unacceptable, right? And it's like, does this need to be the discussion? Right?
Which bro are we talking about?
The podcast bro, not the
podcast bro.
Fuck that
not
guy.
the wrestler bro.
Seriously.
Yep.
Fuck that guy.
The hug was pretty full on. It was a pretty intense hug. That I was like, oh, that's probably a bit much.
Have you watched even 5 seconds of what he's doing at Juggalo Championship Wrestling?
No. God, no.
Yeah, and you're lucky. There was a reason why Nitro went out of business when it did, because it's the same shit he's still doing now in 2025.
Yep. Yeah, it's crap.
He's a fucking idiot. Sorry. Stealing your shit.
And then I also want to say that I think that
Underwater, bro.
Damn it. I also want to say that I think the Eddie Edwards Dango match was a bit of a dud for Dango's retirement, and that was a bit of a bummer for me. Right? So that's, again, it was a pretty good week. If that's my biggest complaints, then that's fine. No Soul Rose says, I hug Big Fudge like that regularly. Not weird at all. Yeah, not a surprise there, Rose. We
both know that. We all know that's a lie, and it's probably the other way around.
Yep. Anyway.
No, I think it'd be the right way around. I think Fudge is the Triple H in that situation.
Hello.
Between Rose and Fudge, they can probably jump into each other and hover.
If you run fast enough.
If you
for
run
at least a couple of
fast
seconds.
enough.
For a couple of seconds until you thud the ground.
Until gravity catches up.
All right. Look, I think generally we've got a lot to be positive about this week. So instead of going on about our chicken shit, let's pivot.
This chicken salad really is the bomb.
Time for our chicken salad.
Really weeding me out you're doing that.
Jamie, what have you got for your chicken salad this week?
I had 2. There was just a line in Unreal that popped me really good. It was Michael Hayes at the Evolution show. He was producing the main event, and someone asked him how long the match was going to be. He's like, we're like the best part of 25, 30 minutes in this. And he was asked, can you do it in 20? And he just told them, hell no, we're the main event. We'll go however long we want. I was like, yeah, so you should.
Yeah.
You're the main event. You do what you want. But my main one is Jax Jordan and his graphic work for PWA. They have incredible posters, and that when the cage match poster popped up, I was like, damn, that's a good poster. I hate Jax Jordan because he's so talented.
I'll have a tiny little complaint, and it's something that PWA in past years did an incredible job of, which was when they put up those videos declaring people for Coliseum, in the text of the post, they didn't write who it was, right? And because Jax's videos are so good, that meant that you were watching on the edge of your seat. Now the post just says who it is. I would love if we could see those videos in the first 12 hours without it, and then it gets added maybe. But those videos are just so good. Todd, chicken salad?
I'm struggling for one this week, and I apologize. It's not the fact that I've just been very flat out with everything.
Yeah. I've got more than enough. I've got more than enough.
Yeah, you know how much I was running behind the scenes for that MJF thing this week.
Lots going on. So I'll say, first off, Zarya and Sol Ruka as number one contenders for the NXT Women's Tag Titles, I think is great. That's exactly where they need to be.
Wasn't it the TNA?
Oh, was it the TNA tags?
Yeah, it's the TNA
knockouts.
TNA tags.
Some knockouts.
I think Zarya's match for on Genesis was one of the best parts of the show, actually.
Yeah, sorry, that would be my chicken salad. That would be, yeah.
What? No way.
That would have been my chicken salad, seeing you get that spot and excelling in that spot.
The second time challenging for that belt. Third time's charm.
Yes.
That's right. Finn in the main event of Raw in Belfast. I forgot how much I love main event Finn Balor. Right? Like, dude delivered, and it made me feel 2016 again. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that is one thing I do like about the new iteration of WWE, is that they will do that stuff. They will let him come out to his old music.
Have Catch Your Breath play, have the old Tron.
Yeah, they'll let him come out to his old music. They'll let him essentially be a babyface for the night on a nationally televised show.
Yeah.
And do that. And
just because of where it is, yeah.
Yeah, babyface or heel, give them their flowers, which is something you never would have seen a couple of years ago.
No, absolutely.
I also found it funny that they were like, oh yeah, go back to your original entrance. And he was just like, oh God, it's been so long I've done this. And like, clearly forgot it all. Like,
yeah.
Well, he was saying because he like missed one of the cues, and then he turned to the camera, he went, I can't hear the music over everyone.
Yep.
So, like, Macho Man Andy Savage saying, I loved the Big Fudge win, and I really like the Chev's title reign. She's really elevated more people than you immediately think. I'll say Big Fudge winning that PWA belt has to be one of my chicken salads for the week. And obviously, I got to chat to MJF for 8 minutes. Like, that's wild and so cool, and I'm really happy with how it came out.
Welcome.
Thank
I'll
you,
be the
Todd.
Jeff this week. I'm not jealous.
Thank you, Todd. So obviously that's going to be one of my chicken salads, and I'm really
like behind the scenes of that though, is that we had such a short turnaround to do it, organize it. Then only like behind the scenes guys, I think it was like 2 hours, a block of 2 hours, where everyone got like 8 to 10 minutes, which worked out to being 8 minutes each. And there was very little wiggle time in between those things. So it was well done by Locke to be able to get in there, get out there, and get some really
great
good
work
stuff
by
in 8
Todd
minutes.
organizing that as well. So an absolute delight being able to do that. And I'm really excited. This is an extended part of my chicken salad here, that I think we're about to see a real huge surge of support within Australian wrestling for an Australian wrestler. I think we are about to see everyone go off and really push for Robbie Eagles to get that AEW World Title match, because I would love to see that. I love seeing support for Aussie wrestling. While I'm talking about that, I want to give a big shout out to Alex Yeet Stevens, who is one of the best supporters for Aussie wrestling there is. I don't know if you've ever seen a post from us or from half the wrestlers in the country without Alex Stevens commenting on it and liking it and giving it a push, right?
Even my stuff that's not wrestling related.
Yeah. Like dudes out there pushing for everyone, which is just the best. And I'm hoping that we see that from a ton more people here to get this title match for Robbie Eagles, because that is just the kind of support that makes the Australian wrestling world work. And that's the kind of support we'll need for Robbie to get this match.
Yeah, it costs nothing to leave a comment.
No. Should I do Jeff's ones now before we forget and then we get...
Yeah, let's fire them off.
Jeff's Chicken Shit. Both major companies have a lot of great talent they don't use. The Street Profits are nowhere. Move them to Raw to feud with well, how about the Creeds? That'd be amazing. Where's Rusev? There was something about that this week. I can't remember what it was though. Something about Rusev. He's probably at home with his pregnant wife.
She's pregnant?
Where are these people? Yeah, she's pregnant. Where are these people they expect us to invest in? I'm sure some will be on the Rumble, but it's frustration to get invested in these groups. And his chicken salad is, I'm genuinely invested in Judgment Day v Rhea and Io. It's shaping up to be a great match with Rhea probably acting as cleanup. That and the fact that Brainier tickets for Adelaide are on sale with Melbourne to follow.
Always be plugging. That'll be awesome. The Brainier stuff is absolutely worth it. And yeah, it is awesome to be excited about things like women's tag titles because Rhea and Io are doing an awesome job with them and Judgment Day are cool challenges there. And, keeping up with that stuff is difficult because you can see how much we talked about this week. That's why you need to be subscribed to Wrestle Radio Australia. It's free. You can do it on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Twitch, Podcast Addict, anywhere you get your podcasts. If you're on Apple Podcasts, if you can give us a review and a 5-star rating, that's really helpful. Gets us into more ears. You can follow us on social media at Wrestle Radio AU on X and Instagram, Wrestle Radio Australia on Facebook. We're here at Twitch at twitch.tv/Wrestle Radio Australia. So make sure you hit the follow there to get notified when we go live. Subscribe if you really love what we're doing here. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube. Wrestle Radio Australia on YouTube because that's where we are imminently about to upload my chat with MJF. So make sure you're amongst that. But I'm sure that'll also go up on the Facebook. So be following there. It'll be on the Twitter, on the X. So be following there. If you want Wrestle Radio Australia merch, head on over to Redbubble. Search for Wrestle Radio Australia. You can find some merch there. Proceeds don't go to us. They go to Beyond Blue and Gotcha for Life, two charities that support mental health here in Australia. Really important stuff. So absolutely worth doing that. If you want some other merch, though, kickout.com.au, merch your favourite Queensland wrestlers and wrestlers from around Australia at kickout.com.au. If you're a wrestler and you want your merch up there, head on over to the Kickout Instagram page, send them a message, and they can sort you out with that. But they're not the only people that you can contact on social media. Todd is at Beast Eastman. I'm at Lachlan Albert. Jamie is at Jamie Apps Media, and Jamie's always got stuff going on. You didn't stream today, Jamie, so what's been filling up the time slots?
Interviews and movie reviews, dropping review of Mighty Supreme tomorrow morning. And then next week on the podcast, I have Shane Taylor Promotions' JD Griffey ahead of the Metroplex Texas Rumble in February. So that was a fun interview chatting about how the Prestige... No, was it the Prestige? Yeah, the Prestige has influenced his wrestling career and how it's weirdly kind of a wrestling movie.
It's one of the best movies of all time. It is genuinely one of my favorite movies ever. So good. Todd, is there anything that we need to be pushing other than tweeting for Robbie Eagles and watching this MJF interview?
Yeah, tweet, watch the interview. If you're in Melbourne, get out to those shows this weekend. It's a long weekend. You got nothing to do. Let's face it. What are you going to do? Sit around, do nothing? Go out and watch some wrestling this weekend. You got Rise of the Renegades on Friday and Saturday night. Then you got OPW on Sunday. If you go to one of them, one of the three shows, just get out there and support Australian wrestling. It is the best local wrestling in the world.
Yeah. And if you're not in Victoria, guess what? You can head on over to YouTube and watch PWA Black Label's Hottest 100 Party. We just reviewed it tonight. You can find the link in the description, or you can go to YouTube and search for PWA. You'll find it there. It's free on YouTube. It's great. Do we also want to mention what we will probably be reviewing next week?
No, because we don't know yet.
Okay.
We're not quite sure. If something drops,
Good to
like
know.
if something really recent drops over the weekend, we'll probably get around to that. Otherwise, we might be doing something from like a Halloween, I think it was it?
Yeah, the Mayhem Halloween Havoc Rumble.
Yeah. So if nothing really new drops, because we like to try and keep things new and what's going on with Australian wrestling at the moment, nothing new drops and we'll probably be talking about that. Just keep your eyes on the socials and we put up our normal posts telling you what we're talking about this week. But yeah, go out and definitely go out and watch the interview with Lachlan and MJF. Really good work from the young lad. Very, very proud of him. He's done some great work over the last couple of weeks, interview-wise. So well done, my friend.
Thank you. Really appreciate that. If you're in Adelaide, make sure you grab tickets to WrestleBrania because those are on sale now. And if you're in Melbourne, make sure you keep your eyes out because those are going to be going on sale very soon. We'll be here next Thursday talking about wrestling because we love doing that. There's been so much good stuff. It's impossible not to be excited about it, especially when you talk to MJF. So on behalf of Todd Eastman and Jamie App, I've been Lachlan Albert. Till next time, have a good one.
Trying to make chicken salad out of chicken shit, and it was just awful.
I've turned chicken salad into chicken shit. I will continue to do so.
Making chicken salad out of chicken shit.
Make chicken salad out of chicken shit. People is as people does, that's all there is to it.